Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, as I've said in the last video, that this is going to be a weekly series. So, I'm going to be doing a weekly analysis of all the forex pairs that I currently trade in the market. So, currently we have about, let me list them out: GBP, JPY, GBP USD, GBP AUD, XAU USD, which is gold, NAS 100, AD USD, NZD USD, US oil, Euro USD, USD JPY, Euro JPY, GBP CAD, Euro AUD, USD CAD. So, I'm going to be doing an analysis on the weekly breakdown of most of this pair, telling you guys what I see in the market and what I predict that the market will go to, or where I predict market will go to. So if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit the like on the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on those notifications. This video is going to be very short, very fast. Not really short because I'm analyzing many pairs, but I'll make it as fast as possible to see, for you guys to know the type of trades you can take this week on these pairs. So also, if your pair is not on this list and you want me to add your pair, or you want me to analyze your pair, make sure you drop your pair in the comment section on this video, and also join my Telegram channel. The link will be in the description of this video. So I also upload daily analysis on my Telegram channel all throughout April. I'll be uploading daily analysis, and the trades I'm looking to take that day on my Telegram channel. So if you're interested in joining that and interested in participating in that, join my Telegram, the Great Forex Hub. The link will be in the description. With that being said, let's get straight into today's video. So we're going to go off to the first pair, GBP JPY, and let's see what we have for GBP JPY this week. So since we are actually doing analysis on the weekly time frame, I think I will do my top 10 analysis starting. Since we're doing the weekly analysis, I think I'll start my top 10 analysis on the daily time frame. So far in this place, I've actually marked out all the levels that we can find on GBP JPY. So if you want to know how I mark out all these levels, I've actually posted a video on my YouTube. I'll actually leave it in the link of this in the description. I'll leave the link on the description so that you can know how to mark out these levels. But currently, I would say GJ is actually looking towards the sell side at the moment, because you can see why see sell side. If you look at current price action, you can see lower high, a lower low here, a lower high, then a lower low. So we're probably expecting a buy to a lower high and probably continuation to the lower low. But in the meantime, I'll be looking for sales obviously on GBP JPY. You can see the lower highs and lower lows are actually quite obvious. If I carry this thing out of here now, let me just draw it out. So I'm going to drag out what I just drew out of the channel, so you can see that it's creating a series of lower highs and lower lows. Indeed, it's actually creating that. So I'll be looking forward to trading probably a sell long term, but it doesn't mean that you cannot enter a short-term buy. You understand? And that's why I have all of these levels marked out on my chart. So I have daily levels marked out, I have the H4 levels and the rest. So but let's just see other levels we can find. I think I've already analyzed this pair. If you want to know how to analyze the pair, the way I analyze it, I've told you, I've made a separate video on that. You can check out the video. It's a separate video, is on my channel. The link will also be in the description of this video. So right now, we'll go down to the 4-hour time frame on GBP JPY and see what we have on the 4-hour time frame. You can see on the 4-hour time frame, we have zones on the 4-hour time frame, and we have GJ respecting a lot of zones. You can see so far GJ has been trending to the downside. So that's why I told you that you can actually look for buy short term, then the long term sales. So now the question will be, the major question I know you guys will be asking should be, where do I sell GJ from? Where are the possible zones to sell GJ from? So originally and normally I used to sell, I only take trades as market levels. So you can see that we have a lot of H4 levels and H1 levels that we can actually enter sales from. The only thing that is that we have to wait for confirmation on these levels. So the nearest level that GJ could actually sell from, whatever they are watching the video from, is actually this level right here. You could see a sell from this level is a market level, is a structural level. Structural level number is 190.700. You can see it's a buy. So you can see GJ buy to this level and then sell for a new lower low. So that's our first level that we're looking out for. If it doesn't do that, then we can also see GJ buy all the way to probably the next level, which is this level right here, which is the structural level. We can see GJ buy all the way to this near structural level here before actually selling. And the only way to know whether we're going to take a trade off that structural level, whether it's going to be a sell trade or a buy trade, is if we have a confirmation. So second market prediction could be like this. So GJ buying to this second market level and selling, and the last one is going to be this other level right here. You have this level right here, these highs. So GJ could actually buy all the way to these highs, buy all the way to these highs, and then sell to the downside. So if you want to know the type of trades I will actually take on GJ, and whenever I get to any of these levels, it could even actually sell from the current level it is, because you can actually see that GJ is currently on an H4 level. So we can actually see sell from that level if possible. But I'm not really looking forward to this level. But whatever, if we get confirmation, we'll enter sales. If not, we're going to take buys to the next level. So if you want to know how every day of the week how I'm going to analyze the market and how I'm going to see confirmations on the trades I'm going to take. Then join the Telegram channel. It's a free Telegram channel. The link is in the description to see the type of trades I'm going to take on GG. But overall, the direction on GG is actually bearish. So you could actually be looking for buys for sales on GG. You can actually argue that GG is reacting from a demand zone currently, blah blah blah. But at the same time, remember this structure that formed here it didn't really take out many structure on the higher point. You understand? It was just a retracement and then came back to the retracement and then is buying a bit. So, but overall, look for sales on GGs. The sales will probably take out this demand zone right now, continue going to the downside. So just look for sales on GG because we're having very good bearish structure on GJ at the moment. So that's all for GBP JPY. Let's go GBP USD. I'm going to try and make it very fast. So currently on GBP USD, you can see we are actually bullish on GBP USD. Very bullish, which is a nice thing to see. So we are even reacting off one of these time frames, and each one time frame supply structural level. So we're reacting from there. So we can actually see buys on GJ. Where can we see buys on GU right now? GU buys will most likely be possible on this next level right here, because on this level right here, and it's a structural level 1.30350. So you can actually see buys there on the lower time frame, on the H1 time frame. You can pick out your order block on the H1 time frame and then we'll buy from that order block, because currently we're looking to actually buy on GG because GG is actually very GU actually, sorry, GU is currently very bullish. So it's going to be bullish up to a point here. So I'm going to mark out two more levels that we'll have here. So let me just turn on 9 charts and find levels that we have on GU right here, since GU has gotten all the way to that high. So you can already see we have one level right here on GU. I'm just going to try and mark it out. So this is our structural level that we have on GU. Then let's just mark out a final one, which is going to be this level here. So others and so just like that, we've marked out our two levels that we have on GU. So these are all our 4 time frame levels. So we're going to name them our 4. So you just go there and say call it H4 time frame. So do that and also lock it. Then the same thing here. So these levels are structural levels that price will most likely react from. So we actually have to mark out these levels because we know that price could most likely come and react from those levels. So now nearest level that GU could buy to, looking at this structure that we have currently, nearest level we could buy to, because it's currently reacting from this structural level, this H1 structural level. But whenever it finishes its retracement to this level, to this H4 level, and then it could buy all the way to this nearest H4 level that we just marked out, which is the 1.33250. It could buy all the way to that point. At the meantime, we're seeing some reactions on this level, not really concerned about that, to be honest. Although people might argue that it gave us a strong character here, blah blah blah, but no, we are not interested in that at the moment, to be honest. We actually have taken one trade on the beginning of this movement. We actually caught one entry buys, but we're already out of that trade. But you can see how far it has gone from that buy, almost a 24-hour at this point, which is crazy. But yeah, at the moment, GU looking at buys, we're not looking at sales. Although we have a change of character supply zone confirmation here, but no, we're going to wait for the retracement to this level and then take buys all the way to these highs or all the way to these highs, whatever high you want to take profit from. If you're a swing trader, you can hold longer, but for me, I'm going to get out at one of these levels, probably at 3 hour, or I might swing it a bit. So that's all for GU. G is buy. Overall on GU, we're actually on a sell trend on G, but we have to know where we are buying to, because you can see the overall change of character. You can see that price was originally going to the upside like this, and then it changed character to the downside for sales. But now we only have to wait for price to actually get back to the original supply zone, which is all the way these two levels here at the original supply zone that price has to get to before it will actually lead to a swing sells. So if you're looking to actually swing sell, whatever the positions strengthening swing sells from are between position were between level 1.33250 and level 1.34300. So you could actually enter your swing sell positions from there. So what I'm saying is that price will most likely swing sell from here, or price could most likely also swing sell from this level right here. So these are the main level that we're expecting price to swing sell from. But at the meantime, we're only looking for buys. We're looking for buys to that level, and from this level, which is the structural box I've drawn, the rectangle box I've drawn, price could sell from anywhere inside there and go all the way to the downside for a swing sell if you're looking forward to that. So that's all we have for GU. You remember, if you want to know how I trade GU daily, or the analysis I'm going to be taking and the pairs the setup I'm going to be taking daily on GU, join my Telegram channel. I upload videos every day on what I'm looking to take on that day. So make sure you're joining my Telegram channel. The Great Forex Talk. It's gonna help you out a lot. Now on GBP AUD, I really don't like GBP AUD, but at the meantime, on second thought, we're actually on an uptrend on GBP AUD. I will see whether we can actually mark out more zones because we are currently out of zone, out of our level that we have before. So you can see how bullish we have been on GBP AUD. Very, very bullish. So I really don't like the way it looks at the moment, to be honest. But at the same time, I could actually find an entry. So the only reasonable entry I can see when you zoom in on GBP AUD is this level right here, because we had our breakouts in the retest and an impulsive buy. So probably if you want the 1 hour time frame to find your entries, but I'm just going to use the 4 hour time frame now. Draw price prediction on GBP AUD. So currently at this point, we are still going to have our retracement back to this level, and then we're going to have our buys. So whenever price gets to this level again, the level structural level 2.06300, you can actually expect swing buys from that level all the way to even this highs here. So currently, I'm going to mark out the levels that we have on GU, these new levels that we have on GBP AUD, sorry. So let's just mark them out. So we have this high right here. So we're going to mark out our 4 hour levels. So we have that high. Then we also have trying to look very hard levels that we have. Okay, we also have this zone right here. So remember to mark out levels is also a skill on its own. So if you want to know how to mark out levels, make sure you watch my video on how I mark out structural levels, and then you probably would learn a lot from that video, I assure you. So yeah, I think these are all the levels that we have. If we go on the 1 hour time frame, so the same thing we did as usual, we're going to go and label this. We're going to actually label these levels now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, since we mark them on the hour 4 time frame, we're going to label them H4, both of them. So this one is the first one, label it H4. It will actually lock the level, so we don't have to be able to move it again. Then this one is also H4. So that's that. Then let's see whether we can mark out one more H1 level here. So I can see one level right here. So we have to adjust the coordinates a bit. Then yes, the level on its own. Then I don't think there is any level here. So we'll leave these ones the way they are. So this is our H1 level. So we're going to name it coordinates. We're going to go and name it H1. And then okay. Then we'll also log this level 2. So as I've said before, expect GBP AUD, sorry, I always make a mistake on this pairs because there are a lot. So expect GBP AUD to kind of give us, even if it's probably a sell, it could actually even buy to this point and then sell. But this is the level, if you want to enter your swing buys, this is the level you have to wait for. Structural level down here for your enter swing buys. Like I tell you, this market levels are already marked out. So yeah, that's all for GBP AUD. I'm looking for buys since overall is very bullish. On gold, gold is actually very, very bullish, and you can see it has broken out of all our previous levels that we have marked out. This is a new all-time high for gold. So what gold could actually go to come back, retrace to this nearest market line, and then continue by the upside. So I'm going to adjust the values of this. So it actually is a rounded number. It's going to be a psychological number and just in random numbers. So you can actually see gold sell all the way to the side and then buy. There's one possibility on gold. You can even see gold sell all the way to this one and buy. Or I might as well just see gold continue to buy from that point, because at this point, gold is just doing what it's doing. Doesn't really care about price action or market movement or structural levels or any of those things. It's just impulsively buying at this moment. So could see any of this movement on gold. I'm actually looking for strong buys gold. But at the same time, gold could actually break below this level, retest it, and then we'll see sales on gold. Who knows? So whatever the market does, you remember we only react to what we see the market do. We don't really predict the market movement until we see confirmation at our levels. That's when we know the type of trades to take. So always wait for confirmations and confluences before you actually enter trades. I do not suggest that when price reaches any level, even on gold or any pair, that you just enter it by yourself. No, wait for your confirmation. If you want to know the type of confirmation I wait for, the link will be in the description. Join the Telegram channel to know type of confirmation to look out for. So that's all for gold. The next one is on NAS. Let's see what NAS is doing. So NAS currently, you see, it's kind of normally on a normal time frame, like NAS is actually bearish in a way. So NAS, you can see that NAS was previously bearish. So NAS was previously creating a series of lower highs and lower lows, and then it created a lower high, a higher low and then a higher high. So NAS actually moved from bearish to temporarily bullish. So we had a bullish in a lower high, then a higher high instead of a lower low. If we have a higher low, and then we have a new higher high. So a new higher high, we also have a new higher low here. So we're hoping to create a higher high again. So that's what we're looking out for. So I actually had a trade on NAS, but unfortunately, due to the Trump market and due to I don't just understand why, but we're stopped out on our trade. Let me show you guys the trade. So this was the trade I took on NAS, a buy trade, and you can see it has our TP, but first we went to our stop loss first before going to TP. We entered at this daily level here, and then price just invalidated us stop loss first and then went to TP. So he stop loss on us in this trade, which is fine. We're still getting used to the Trump market and things are a bit different. So what am I expecting here right now on GP on NAS? On NAS, I'm actually expecting, but as you can see currently, NAS is actually in a structural level. So NAS might as well just even sell from this point. Who knows? So we just have to wait and see what NAS does. So at the meantime, prediction on NAS, we have a lot of prediction on NAS. So the first prediction we have on NAS is a sell from this level. Then the second prediction we actually have is a buy, then a retest on the level, and then continuation of buys to the upside. So those are the two price movements that NAS could actually do. So yours is just to wait for your confirmation on these levels and see what trade you're going to take. Right now for myself, I am just going to wait for NAS and see what happens to get. So nothing really much can actually delay this since I'm no longer using it, but nothing really much happening. You can see price already rejection that zone, right? That's actually what's happening now. So we can actually see some sells from NAS at this very level, to be honest. You can actually see sales on NAS. And if it starts to sell from there, we can actually see NAS creating a new lower low. But let's see what happens on NAS. But at the same time, at any of these levels, you can actually get out of the market. So make sure that if you want to know, if you want to even see my levels, all my levels, join the Telegram and request for the levels, and I'll post all the levels of all the pairs I have on my Telegram channel. So make sure you're there. So you can see sales on us from here. You can actually see buys. If it's able to break above, we we have a retest and the continuation of buys. It's probably all the way to maybe this highs here, maybe this highs. And that's what actually buy all the way to this highs before we see any more sales again. Or even the nearest highs here, which is going to be this one right here, because you can see a we had multiple touches on this level, so we could actually buy to this level and then sell again. But yeah, we are currently trading at this level, so we are looking to see what happens at that level. So let me see whether we have anything on our one time frame, anything I could actually even see okay could happen on NAS. So currently we see that this candle has literally engulfed the previous candles that we have, mitigated our zone. So let me just delete this a bit. I'll delete this. So you can see this candle literally hits us on our zone, on the mark, on the dot. Now it's already selling to the downside. So if you go online chart on this particular pair, you can actually see that it's breaking below um support levels right now. So online chart, you can see that NAS is literally breaking below this support level that we had here on the lower time frame. So if you go on candlesticks, you can see it clearly too. So NAS could most likely sell from here if this candle closes as bearish as it's going right now. That's could sell from there. Who knows? But yeah, at the meantime, we just have to wait for confirmation. Always wait for confirmation, very, very important. And then after confirmation, you can actually take your trades that you want to take the market. You can actually see clearly on the 30-minute time frame online charts. You can see that here was a support zone. You can see previous to just many touches, and then NAS just broke below it. So if NAS is able to successfully close below it, very, very bearish, then we know that NAS could sell. Then try enter sales, then target whatever level you want to target. You can even target all the way to this lows. But if NAS is not able to close below that, then sorry to say, there is not going to be any. So prediction on price here, if it closes below, it comes back to retest and then continue sells. If it doesn't close below, we know we're looking for buys, breaking this level on its own. So right now, we just have to wait. Patience is very important as a trader. So you can see it's already reacting to the going back to the upside now. So yeah, make sure you're very patient. And overall, we're actually looking for buys currently because NAS is actually bullish at the moment. So we are looking for buys in a way. So we just need to break up this level, the retest, and then continuation of buys to the upside. So that's all for NAS 100. And we have on AUD USD. AUD was supposed to even give us a buy. Currently, we are actually very, very bullish. You can see the amount of impulsive candles that we're having, bullish candles that we have. So we are currently very, very bullish on AUD USD. So we are only expecting probably price to get to this level before any form of buys can occur. So we can see price is rejecting a bit from this level. So we just want price to come back here. So to come back to this level and then we'll look for buys to the upside. So we're looking for buys up till this supply zone here. These are our four supplies, which also falls under a structural level. So we could actually see um AUD sell from this level. So watch out for that too. Very, very important. And or you could just see it break above it. So remember, the only time you're meant to enter a trade is after confirmations. So when it even gets to this zone, I wait for a confirmation to enter buys to swing it all the way to this supply zone that we have here, which also falls on one of our structural level. So that's all for that. There is not really much to talk about on AU. Very, very simple. I actually love AU price action. One of the cleanest price action you can get to find. On NZD USD, almost the same thing on NZD USD. We also have price breaking an overall structural high. So you can see this high was responsible for the break of for a continuation of trend to the downside, for a change of character, a market should shift to the downside. But you can see now price has broken above that high. So once price has broken above that high, what are you expecting? You're expecting a retracement to one of these levels. So right now, you could actually see a retracement to this level, get confirmations to enter for buys, or we could see retracement down to this level, get confirmation and enter for buyers. So currently, the trend has shifted from a temporary downtrend. So this is what happened. First of all, price was heading to the upside. Then price broke. You see, price broke through all of these levels and even broke these lows and went all the way to the downside. So this high was a very strong high. So now price has actually broken above this high right now. So once price has broken above this high, okay, we know that okay, previously it was in a downtrend and that has given us change of character. So now we're in an uptrend. We're currently looking to buy on this NZUSD. So I'm just going to mark out some other levels that we have on NZUSD. So same thing as always. We always have online charts. If you want to know why we online charts, watch previous videos. You'll be able to get accustomed to how we actually analyze the market. So I can see, I think there is one level right here. Let's focus on nearest levels that are closer to recent price action. You have to go to this would be this 250. So that's one of our levels. Then let's see what other levels that we have on this pair. So of course, on this side, I think we have this as a level right here. So let's see what number that falls under 52. So that's the second level that we have. So these all for the H4 levels that we'll probably be using very, very soon. I can actually just mark out one more just to be just so that yeah, this should be the last one. So this is going to be our last level now that we're marking out for NZD So this is level. So I'm going to name all of them H4 as usual, signifying that this is our 4 time frame level. So H4, they will also log the levels, and same thing with this H4, log the level. Then the last one down here is going to be the same thing, H4, and then we'll log the level soon. So these are all our H4 levels that we are expecting price to buy to, whatever price want to do. At the moment, you see price is currently approaching this nearest H4 level, so we could actually buy to all of these levels right here. So we have 2 levels now, which is 2 valid levels. We even have price reacting for one of those levels. So price is currently reacting from this current H4 level that we have. So if you want to look what time from H1 time frame, we are not seeing anything really legit like that. But yes, if this thing could actually close bullish as it is right now, I think it closes in the next 2 minutes. So we could actually see buys from here, guys. Please put that in mind. You could actually see buys from here, which is very, very nice. We could see buys where possible buys are going to come in there. So our entry on this will literally be long position right here, then a stop just below this week's. So we could actually enter buys all the way to this highs right here. So this video will come out a bit late for you guys, but yeah, just whenever it comes out, just check whether this thing actually plays out. We'll see buys today. We'll even see buys all the way to this nearest level right here. But remember, we target levels and mostly I target 3 hours. But yeah, that's prediction on NZUSD because the market has actually been very, very bullish. So we were not even expecting it might not even give us this deep retracement that we're looking out for. You understand? So since it's not really going to give us that, we should not really wait for it. I hope you guys understand that. We'll actually enter for base of the nearest levels. Get so let's just see how that is going to work out for us. So this could actually be one of our trades for today. So I'll move it over to possible levels that we have today. So next pair weekly analysis, US oil. Yes, we're just going to wait for it to get one of these levels before we actually see what we can do. So in the meantime, we ignore that. On Euro USD actually very bullish. I don't like the way it looks too. You can see how bullish the impulse. So whenever you have, so let me draw something else for you guys. So an whenever you have an impulse, you're setting a retracement. So you have another impulse retracement. So now we have another impulse. We're setting a retracement for another impulse. If it's going to continue for buys. So let me just see whether I'll be able to mark out. I've actually we missed a trade on this pair, which was actually very sad on Euro USD. But let's try to mark out other levels that we have up here. So we'll start from the daily time frame to see whether we actually have levels to mark out. So we'll turn on our line chart as usual, and let's just see whether we have a level or two to mark out on this very moment, on this very point. So daily time frame doesn't look the best. Let's focus on the 4 hour time frame at this point. So focus on the 4 hour time frame. I don't like the way the daily time frame looks. It's just too fast. So we actually have one good 4 hour time frame zone here. I don't know if you guys can see it. We have to wait. We just have to confirm whether price gets there, but price didn't get there. Okay, this is one 4 hour time frame zone, so we're going to use this. So this is our first 4 hour time frame zone. Very, very nice. Then let's see whether we can have some move more to the left side. Oh, this is all we can see for the free plan. But yeah, move on to daily time frame zone. We'll zoom in a bit to see whether we can actually mark out a few daily time frame zones here. So let's just check very, very closely. I've actually seen one. So we're gonna be at 50. So this is a daily time frame level. So you actually name this one D. Then this for time frame zone, name it at H4. And then lock both of those levels. So I actually want to see whether we're able to mark out one level in between this. So I'll zoom in on this a bit and let's see whether we can mark out one. So this is going to be like an H4 level in a way, but it's not really it's not really on the H4 time frame, but at the same time, I'll just name it a daily level. It's going to be a daily level. So change the text to G. D signifies daily, and we're going to lock it. So with that being said, I think we've been able to mark out all the nearest levels that we have on GBP, on Euro USD, and we see markets already reacting off this daily level. You can see that if a level we just marked out somewhere here. So let's see whether we can even mark out more daily levels so that in case market wants to go higher, we need to look at the nearest point the market could actually get for any form of retracement. So I'm going to zoom in on this now. I'm going to zoom in on this now, and let's see if we can actually see some more levels. See. So this is one of those levels that I saw. So this is one. Mark out this, and then let's see whether we can mark out in between. Just one more in between. I think that should be all. We should be good with that one more. And then we'll move over to whatever other. So this is the last line we're going to mark out. Yeah, this is exactly it. So as usual, we're going to name them. We're going to name them text. So these are daily levels. We name them and then plug them. Same thing here. Name and log. So we're going to name them again. Three. So now we are done with actually marking out all the levels that I feel that we'll be needing in recent times. So you can see price reacting very nicely from all of those levels that we've marked out. So on EU, most likely, since we are actually extremely bullish at this moment, so we could actually see just a retracement to maybe this next level and then it buys. We are actually on a level that we buy from instantly because Trump markets are actually very, very bullish. They are very, very aggressive. So we could actually even buy from this current level that we are in. So, or we could retrace to this nearest level. Or lastly, the last other probability is retracing to this last level and then buying. So if you want to know the levels I'll actually take buys after my confirmation, make sure you join the Telegram channel in the description. It's free to join. It's going to help you guys know when I take trades, type of trades I take, and my analysis of that day on the particular pair I'm looking out for. So yeah, that will be all for EU. Then on UJ, UJ is currently bearish, extremely bearish at the moment. You can see the series of lower highs and lower lows that we have on UJ. So it's actually kind of extremely bearish. You can see it yourself. So it's heading all the way to the downside. So most of the pairs, most of the trades are going to be looking on UJ is going to be sell trades. Put that in mind, guys. Sell trades. So for the week, we're going to look for sell trades to these levels that we have below. So UJ looks very, very clean. I like the price action so far. So what could happen here? It could be a buy to this level, then a sell, or you can just say an immediate sell from this level that it currently is. So we're just going to wait and see what price does. If we have confirmation on that level, we're going to enter sales. If not, wait for this nearest level and enter sales downside. So sales on UJ. So remember, since we're having buys on XSS USD, we should be having sales on USD XSS. It's actually one tip you guys should put in mind. So Euro JPY, not good. I'm not really trading Euro JPY for now, and I think I will actually delete that pair. GBP card, same thing, same thing. Not really nice too, so I might actually not trade GBP card too. Euro AUD, I think the remaining of this pair are just, they are kind of wonky right now. You can see how trash they're looking. They're looking so disorganized. So I'm not really trading them right now. Even USD card, we actually had one sales from here, and we cut it all the way to this close. But yeah, I'm not really going to trade all of these ones because they don't really have good structure. So I'm not really going to trade them. So these are the important ones that we are trading. You can see we have them marked out. We already have them giving marks on everything. So yeah, these are all the pairs. If you watch this video and you've gained knowledge from the video, don't forget to hit the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's just see how the week goes. If you want to remember, guys, if you want to know the trades I take within the week, every single day throughout this month of April, check my Telegram channel. The link will be in the description. Make sure you join the Telegram channel. It's free. You're not paying anything. Then also, if you want one-on-one sessions on how to actually trade Forex, how to actually analyze pairs to trade, the one-on-one session is going to be very, very nice. So I'm going to be doing like a monthly one-on-one session for different people. So it's not a class for a group of class, just me and you. We're going to be on a Zoom call. We're going to be on a Google Meeting call. So we'll make all the teachers, everything you need to know about Forex. You learn it from those sessions. So if you want that, message me on Instagram or on Telegram. When you've gotten my Telegram link, I am the admin of my group. So message me there if you want one-on-one sessions. It's going to be a paid service. Remember, it's a paid service, but I'll be very, very lenient with lots of you guys are beginners trying to learn Forex market. I'm not really charging that much. So message me on my Telegram if you're interested in that.